Hello again, my friends. Eric Pearson here with another demonstration of Frontier Pilot Simulator. At the end of our last video, we exchanged our smaller Scarab class transport for this larger model, the Ox. And I'm about to get another upgrade in which I replace the stock engines with ones that will give me 20% more power. And as you will soon learn, these will come in very handy. So while we're waiting, I'd like to extend my thanks once again to all of my subscribers for staying with me these past few years. Please know that it's greatly appreciated. Alright, so our upgrade is complete. And now I'm going to tell you about our next mission. For starters, we are no longer on the smaller planet near the port of Astlin. We are now on a set of islands where there is a lot of mining going on. And we were notified that the pilot of a craft was forced to eject, and they've tasked us with trying to find him. So this is the estimated search area for the wrecked ship. So in a moment we're going to take off and see if we can make a rescue. I'm going to taxi over here. I suppose following the rules I need to go over to the passenger area if I can. Super technically I could take off from anywhere, but they prefer I take off from other areas. So any moment now. I have to say, they really put a lot of thought into the design of the ports here. Looks like we've got a pretty big runway here. That's good to know. I wonder if we could use that to take off. Yes, we can. Though I have to say, we've got a lot of rocky terrain around here. What's behind us? A great big mountain. Maybe not such a great idea to try, but this will be good if we ever have to land here. Alright, I'd say this is good enough. Alright, so everything reminds me of something, and I have to say that this ship reminds me a little bit of Thunderbird 2 from the old 1960s television series from Jerry Anderson, making use of marionettes and scale model effects. So let's give ourselves a hefty Thunderbird-style takeoff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. Alright, so we're going to start taking off here. And as soon as I can, I'm going to switch to wing mode. Very good. And back off the throttle a little bit. That'll help us maximize our flight time. Now, the waypoint I plotted is the center of the search area. But what we're looking for might not be in that exact location. What we're looking for is a small plume of smoke. And it looks like it might be dead ahead. Because that doesn't look like a geyser. It's too small to be that. So that could be the initial crash site. So I'm going to fly over there. And in a moment, I'll translate back to vertical flight and aim for a gentle touchdown. Now, this thing handles differently than the Scarab, which means I have the risk of coming down harder and faster, which could wreck my ship if I'm not careful. So I just have to maintain my rate of descent to something manageable. Right now, the rate of descent is the orange bar on the far right of the HUD. So I want to touch down gently. Because if I fall too fast, even if I ram the engines to maximum, I might still come down too hard and damage myself. So just have to come down nice and gentle. But yeah, sure enough, that's a wrecked ship. I want to keep my descent rate around 20. Okay, so pilot lost control after a sharp deterioration in weather conditions. Slight traces of atypical spectrum irradiation, analytics not available. And based on ship data, latest capsule signals, and MCC analytics, the search area has been calculated, and that looks to be about 2 kilometers from here, so not too far away, so let's take off again. Alright, let's turn around. Want to go slow and easy here. So the good news is that at least the ejection pod isn't too far from the crash site. Alright. Oh, still coming a little hot. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. It's curious, a rescue capsule looks kind of organic. Oh. Okay, I think we're down. Yep. Alright, so let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, it looks vaguely organic. I wonder if as this guy ejected from his ship, his capsule got eaten by a passing creature. Sure looks like it. Can you imagine? Yay! I ejected! I'm safe! Oh! Yeah, not so great. Okay, so I'm backing up. What I want to do is pull the capsule out of this thing and into my own cargo hold. And it looks like the pilot says that the hatch is jammed. He's asking me to take him to the base. Okay, we can do that. In fact, let's check the map. So I'm going to undo this waypoint. And we're going to plot a course for the nearest base, which is here. About 14 kilometers. I think we've got enough fuel to get there. And he's saying, they shoot me down, Stingray eats my capsule, and at the same time, it's fried from the inside. So I'm going to be nice and say, now that everything is okay, we'll be there soon. Alright, so waypoint is plotted. Time to take off again. It's going to take more thrust because now I'm carrying some extra weight. So I'm going to have to mind that. And I'm also going to have to keep that in mind as I make my descent. Okay, wing mode. Okay. Yeah, I've got a warning indicating that I'm about half fuel. Okay, so I've got about 4 minutes of flight time. Good for about 40 kilometers. Which is good because I only have about 9 to go. Now maybe if I can eyeball it from above, I might be able to see that runway that we took off from and land there instead of trying to do a precision landing where I really need to go. So we're going to have to be very careful about that. Okay, I'm going to switch to... Yeah, there's the airstrip. Okay, good. Okay, so... Yeah, there's the airstrip. I'm going to try and... minding my sink rate here. I may be coming down at an odd angle, but if I can just touch down... If I can just touch down gently enough, I'll call that a win. And I think that's about to happen. So just nice and easy, nice and easy. I know I'm low on fuel, but doing okay, doing okay, doing okay. And... excellent. Light as a feather. Just the way I like it. Okay, so let's taxi over to the passenger area and see if we can empty this capsule. I have to say, I've always been a big fan of the heavy lift aircraft. Having lived next to an Air Force base for about 7 years of my life when I was a kid. We used to have the C-130s, the C-141s, the gigantic C-5. Okay. Bit of a tight turn, but we're doing it. Alright, so I'm not going to fit in that small entrance, but I'll be able to come in from this angle. Okay, that should do it. Let's try and unload here. So I'm going to select the rescue capsule and say unload. And there it is. And they say, thanks, Captain, we'll get the pilot out of that thing. So that's great. A job well done. Alright, so this is a pretty good place to stop. So thank you very much for watching, and please join us next time for more gaming videos. Eric Pearson, signing off.